Hey guys, welcome back. Orbomb here, bringing you this crazy Mewtwo deck I came up with that I'm like super excited about playing. It actually was, I thought this deck was going to be good. This deck is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I'm really excited about showcasing this to you guys. So don't forget to drop a like if you haven't already, subscribe to all the good jazz. Answer the common question of the day being, you know what? I'm actually curious because like I wanna separate the people here. Are you Team Mew or are you Team Mewtwo? A lot of you guys who know me know which team I'm on, so I'll let you guys figure that out. But like, which one are you? Because like everyone likes one or the other more. Let me know what you guys like more. I'm actually really excited about this. This will be a fun little competition. Yeah, Team Mew or Team Mewtwo. Let's see who gets the most amount of team supporters in the chat. Yeah, that could be really fun. I might just give the entire team a code. We'll see. I'll talk to my sponsors about getting extra codes to give away to you guys. But maybe that could be a lot of fun. We'll see who'll see what team wins at the end of the day. Let me know if you're Team Mew or Team Mewtwo. This is a crazy Mewtwo box deck. It's all about using its GX attack or its ability to copy a bunch of different attacks that can help you out of certain situations. Really similar to old versions that we've seen from other decks. But yeah, I think yeah, drop a like if you haven't already. Answer the comment question of the day. Remember, comment question of the day, in this case, is going to be Team Mew or Team Mewtwo. All count as an entry. Any comment counts as an entry for a booster box at the end of at the release of Unified Minds, I should say. I'll pick one. This is really hard to say. Yeah, I'll pick one random commenter from all the post rotation content, one per video, of course, and I'll give them a booster box. Thanks to our sponsors at Guardian Gaming. Also, don't forget to check out the Patreon. Right now, I'm raising money to get a new computer, so donations, buying merch, Patreon support, all of that helps so much right now to help me get a new computer so that I can actually continue to upload because my computer is currently breaking down. Yeah, let's go over this. So main attacker, 2 Mewtwo Mew tag team. So 270 HP, weak to psych, no resistance, 2 retreat cost, all right? Pretty standard stats. Well, it's not 270 HP, it's a lot of HP. Its ability lets you copy the attack of any GX or EX, I think it's EX or GX Pokemon, but any GX Pokemon for the sake of the format, in your discard pile and on your bench. So you have a lot of attacking options. And then its GX attack heals 200, and if you have an extra psychic energy attached to it, you may heal all HP from all your Pokemon on the board. So very, very versatile. You guys saw the GX attack came into play in one of those games, I believe. I don't know. I mean, we played like 5 games and only 3 of them are going to be uploaded, so whatever. One of those things happen, right? Your alternate attacker, Giratina, just Shadow Impact, consistent attacker, 130, non-GX attacker, an infinite ability. Like there's nothing. This is an amazing card. This is just a great card. It's always been a great card. It will always will be a great card. It's a great card. As far as the engine, of course, you got your 4 Inkay 4 Malamar. And now for the interesting part. I guess I should put these to the side over here, right? Because those are whatever. The interesting part though is the attackers. So let's go over all of them individually, right? Latios GX. So 170 HP, free retreater, something to keep in mind, with an ability that lets you. That means you can only attack as long as you have 4 more Pokemon on the bench. Something to keep in mind though is that this is a detrimental ability because the card is good, right? Mewtwo doesn't have that ability. So you can copy that first attack without having to worry about the ability that drags you down, meaning you have to have 4 Pokemon on your bench. So as long as things in your bench or discard pile and Mewtwo attacks with it, it's good. Now its attack does 120 and your opponent cannot attack you. Any tag team Pokemon's attacks do not affect this Pokemon, including damage. I think it's all effects of the attack. I'm not super sure on that, but regardless, you don't take damage from tag team Pokemon. Very strong ability, especially in this current format. Incredibly strong, especially on Mewtwo. It keeps you nice and bulky. And then its GX attack essentially flips your opponent's GX counter. Your opponent cannot use the GX attack for the rest of the game. So it's a pretty nice GX attack, especially if you're playing against things like Pikarom and you're afraid of their GX attack, things like that. Or maybe playing against Reshizard and just being like, hey, I know that you're never going to be able to OHKO my Mewtwo without like outrage support or what's it called? Outrage support or your GX attack, so I'm going to stop you from ever OHKOing me in general. So the GX attack, pretty strong in this deck, a nice option. I am playing, oh my god, they're so loud. I do apologize for the background noise, guys. 1, Gengar Mimikyu. At first I was like, I'm not too sure about this card. I am so glad I played this card. Because the problem with this deck is that there's not a lot of low energy attackers in this deck. This is your low energy attacker, and man, is it like Poltergeist is still a card that can't be slept on, right? A lot of decks have to have a lot of trainers in their hand for them to be consistent and stuff like that. And then a lot of other decks, and that kind of forces decks to make sure they have lower hand sizes, which means they have less options to work with, which is really good for you. So not only does this do a lot of damage and a lot of early damage, but it also kind of disrupts your opponent in a way that forces them to play around it. So I like Poltergeist a lot. It's an accessible attack throughout the game as long as it's in your discard pile, thanks to Mewtwo and Mew. And then you have Horror House GX, another really good GX attack. Your opponent can't play any cards. So like if you need a GX attack early and stop your opponent from setting up, just stop them from playing any cards during their turn. And if you have an extra energy attached to this, an extra second energy attached to this, your opponent has to draw cards until they have 7, which obviously pairs with your Poltergeist, meaning they're going to probably have a lot of trainers in their hand, and that means you can punish them with a lot of damage. Next, we have more of the fun stuff. These cards are going directly to the discard pile. They cannot be put on the board, but Naganadel GX. The ability doesn't matter. We are going to cover Beast Box at some point, so we'll get to that eventually. But more importantly, it's that we're not going to use the GX attack either, but that first attack, since this is going to go in the discard pile, its stats don't matter, but its attack for 4 energies does 170 damage snipe on the board, and then you discard 2 energies. Why is that good, you ask? Well, let me tell you. Ever heard of the Dedenne GX? It's essentially a Pokemon you can put in the discard pile, and if your opponent ever plays Dedenne, your Mewtwo can just snipe it. Getting 4 energies on Mewtwo isn't as hard. It takes probably 2 turns to set up, but I mean, like, where is their Dedenne going? Are they going to play Giovanni? I doubt it. So you can just snipe their Dedenne anytime you want in the game, which is why the Naganadel is crazy. One of my favorite things, and kind of like the main combo in this deck, Greninja GX, once again, goes directly to the discard pile. Why do we play it? Well, we have 2 options. Haze Slash does 110, and then you shuffle it back into the deck. We don't play healing. There's not a lot of healing options left in the game. So what do? Well, since we're probably almost never going to be O-code, we attack, and then once we're about to be knocked out, you use Haze Slash here, shuffle yourself back in the deck, deny your opponent a prize, bring up another Mewtwo Mew GX, and then attack. Rinse, repeat. I will say this deck loses hard to Girafarig, but even if you play against Girafarig, I mean, you're going to knock them out plenty of times. There's a lot less recovery in the format. You'll have ways to knock them out eventually. You just have to play with less strategy, essentially. But anyways, this is the main reason why I play this deck. Greninja GX combined with Naga, combined with this. Like, this right here is ridiculous. This combination of attacks. Just having this arsenal of attacks at your disposal is crazy. So we are playing Water Energies, of course, in this deck. This is probably the limit of different attackers I'll have in the deck. If you guys have any ideas for other interesting GX options that we can copy, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments down below. There are different types I guess we could use, but even though we're playing Viridian Forest, I don't like throwing in a bunch of different energies in this deck, you know what I mean? I'm just sticking with like my 2 water energies that I play, which I guess is a spoiler, and then the rest are psychic. This way it keeps the deck consistent even though we're playing a bunch of like mishmash different attackers. Our other one-ofs, 1 Dedenne GX, of course, because it's Dedenne, and then 1 Marshadow. The reason, so I put this Marshadow in right after I played against Gardevoir because Marshadow is a searchable way to get rid of Power Plant. Power Plant obviously destroys you because you can't attack with Mewtwo since it's ability, but this can chill on your board until you're ready to discard it, and you can bump stadiums. But every time you whiff a stadium to bump, you have Marshadow, and then Marshadow gets rid of it. You realistically only have to get rid of the. Excuse me, sorry guys. You only have to get rid of the stadium to attack those 1 or 2 turns, or I guess it's a lot of turns because we don't really have a lot of Oko attacks in this deck. But like, I think Marshadow is ridiculously good in this deck. Once again, a searchable way to remove a stadium is very strong, and not to mention it does have that red knuckle attack that can technically knock out baby what's it called? Baby Buzzwole, and then also does 70 damage, so it can knock out baby Kartana, I think, and baby Nihiligo. So it can knock out all the baby Ultra Beasts for the most part, so that's pretty good. And that's it for Pokemon. We can see a lot of Pokemon, right? 4, 8, 8 plus 6 is 14, plus 4 is 18. 18 Pokemon. So obviously we're going to be playing Pokecom in this deck because the Pokecom will be very live throughout the game. But as you can see, the deck is super interesting, and not just interesting, it's really strong. Like, I thought Gardevoir was going to be a hard matchup for this deck because of the Power Plant. But even with the Power Plant, man, just like, it's ridiculous how much pressure this deck can put on early game. This is it for supporters, by the way. I guess I should probably mention that. 4 Cynthia, 4 Lily. You could play Erica, but we're playing Pokegear and Acrobike, and we have a lot of consistency in this deck, so you don't really need the Erica. But Erica would be the only other supporter I can think of that you could play. I like Koga a lot in this current format, just because that's like extra damage that racks up. But I can't think of many other supporters that are worth playing in this deck. So if you guys can think of anything, let me know in the comments. Right now, I'm just sticking with Force India 4 Erica. And now for the trainer cards. Once again, this deck is good because it has a lot of item-based search, which is what makes a deck good in post-rotation, of course. We got ourselves 4 Treasure, 4 Cherish Balls, and 4 Pokecom. That's a lot of search, and it's a really good search. As far as everything else goes, 4 Pokegear, 4 Acrobike, and then our one-ofs, 1 Stamp, and 1 Switch. This Switch is questionable. I want to play 2, honestly, but I mean, Switch is good. You need that Switch here and there, which is why I'm playing it as a 1-of. I would like to play it as a 2-of. I would like to play it as a 3-of. I would like to play it as a 0-of. There's a lot of options, but Switch right now it's good. It works whenever my opponent stalls me. It's good. It's a good thing to hang on to. As far as stadiums go, 3 Forest. You could make this 4. Right now, I've been pretty good with 3 and the Marsh Shadow, and yeah. You can make it 4 though. If you want 4, play 4. Go ahead. Be my guest. Be my guest. Put my service to the test. And as far as energies go, 7 Psychic, 2 Water, 9 energies. It works because we have Acrobikes and we have we're drawing a lot. And like once you get 3 energies in the discard pile, you're kind of good. The only thing you have to be careful with are your water energies. You have to make sure you constantly be shuffling those back in. Otherwise, if you lose the water energies, you kind of lose your Greninja setup. But this video is going to be a lot shorter than the other ones. I will say, after playing this deck, against this deck, I have really wanted to put Psychic Charm and Gardevoir because this deck was really, really hard to beat. It's more consistent than you are for the most part because they have so many outs to all the things they need. And then like its versatility is insane. So this deck is crazy. Like this is getting a double thumbs up from Orabomb Industries. I am the CEO after all. Anyways, that's gonna be it, guys. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Leave comments to those questions I asked in the video, and let me know what matchups you want to see next. I do have like a good list of all the matchups I want to do, but let me know what you guys want to see, and then I might be able to do it. Anyways, I'm gonna call that a video. See you guys next time. Peace.